You might already know about the line in Saudi Arabia and the forest city of Malaysia. In this video, we will be discussing a new one. Around the world, many futuristic cities are planned to be built from scratch. Telosa is one of them. Marc Lore, the former Walmart executive and billionaire entrepreneur, proposed the idea of creating something incredible. After being successful at various business ventures, he now plans to build a self-sustaining futuristic city in the middle of a desert. He envisions making the most exclusive city, Telosa. This project will definitely blow your minds away. Let's begin our video by discovering what the city of Telosa has to offer. Join us as we unveil the true intentions of Lore and the challenges he might face while building the city of Telosa. Marc Lore, an American entrepreneur and businessman, best known as the founder and former CEO of Jet.com, an e-commerce company that was acquired by Walmart in 2016 for $3.3 billion. He currently serves as the president and CEO of Walmart e-commerce in the U.S. Before starting Jet.com, Lore co-founded and served as CEO of Equitis, the parent company of popular online retailers Diapers.com and Soap.com. He has been recognized for his innovative approach to e-commerce and commitment to using technology. But who knew that you would decide to build a city? Marc Lore now aims to build the most sustainable and futuristic city, Telosa. The word Telosa comes from the ancient Greek word telos. It was first coined by the great philosopher Aristotle. The true meaning of this word, the highest purpose. For Marc, Telosa is his highest purpose. Marc once came across a book from the 19th century called Progress and Poverty by Henry George, and that's from where he got the idea of building a city like Telosa. He believes this greater venture is only planned because it would do wonders for people. It refuses the idea of pursuing money only. He explains that if the individual society comes together to pursue something, they can reach their full potential. There are great uncertainties too, but he counters them by saying that if his idea does not turn out right, then it will be something for others to learn from. As we see now, climate change is wreaking havoc all over the world. From hurricanes to tornadoes, the cities are a disaster. People have now started to move towards sustainable ways of living. That is why Marc also plans to build Telosa in the most sustainable way. He has chosen the city to be situated somewhere in the middle of the U.S. desert and plans to accommodate around 5 million people. The waterless area will be given a great potential location with nearby connections with cities like Nevada, Texas, Ohio, Utah, and Arizona. Despite the city costing a staggering $400 million and being well aware of the fact that Marc cannot fund this entire project independently, Lore seems very determined and grounded in his plan. Does the idea of Telosa seem very far-fetched? Before we dive deeper into what the city promises its residents, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell icon to not miss any of our upcoming videos. The residents of Telosa are promised unmatched healthcare, high-quality education, and high quality of secure living regardless of the background incomes. However, the plan is to include people from every background to ensure diversity. Following the inclusion criteria, Lore and his team will select the residents by themselves. The planners have included a system of governance where people will have a transparent democracy with their own city council and a manager. Lore envisions that the city's land will be purchased by investors and philanthropists who would then donate it to the community. People of Telosa will be allowed to buy and sell their own homes and other properties. The city is planned to spread across 150,000 acres of land. Furthermore, Marc plans the number of residents to reach 50,000 by 2030 while the construction continues. However, many problems await Marc. He has not yet taken the land rights, nor has he made any settlement for the water supplies. No plan is made public about how the land will be acquired from the government. This seems to be the biggest drawback Telosa might face in attracting potential residents. Marc is, however, very adamant about making his city flourish. To draw the residents to the city, he has set up a venture capital fund that he manages. It aims to start attractive startups and businesses which might help get the attention of the public. This move will play the role of a major precursor to persuade people to invest in the hypothetical city of Telosa. To assist Lore, the Dark Angles Group has joined hands with him in this project. The group is determined to bring Lore's dreams to reality. They have successfully built 2 Google campuses and will now surprise the world by creating a futuristic urban hub. The firm designs the city to have wide open streets for pedestrians and cyclists. The roads will be well equipped to accommodate autonomous vehicles too. Shuttles and various other transportation options will also be available for the local public. They aim to have a highly efficient transportation system that will help the residents have the key locations just 15 minutes away. Telosa also plans to have mass transit systems along with electric vehicles. The builders plan to add more greens to the city. There will be many public spaces available. To ensure utmost sustainability, the planners have devised a recycling water system to meet the city's requirements. To fulfill the energy needs, renewable energy sources will be tapped. The city center is designed to have a central park from which the city tower, Equitis Tower, will rise as a beacon for the city. Following the principle of Equitis, the town stands on the pillars of philanthropy. It means whatever the community will invest it will be given back to the community as a better living standard. This tower can be an ideal meeting place for the residents. It can also sustain the city as it is designed to include a photovoltaic roof to meet energy requirements. It will also have an elevated water storage, enabling the tower to share and distribute. Telosa has an extremely eco-friendly architectural design with a well-equipped drought-resistant water system. Marc and his team have decided to construct Telosa in 2 phases. The ambitious builders are eager to announce the deadline for Phase 1 to be in 2030. The aim is to house around 50,000 people within just 6 square kilometers. After completing this objective, Phase 2 will follow the city's expansion. This might take as long as 40 years to complete. The town of Telosa can then be compared to the size of San Francisco, but it will then be able to house a population of almost 6 times. Despite the plan of the futuristic city of Telosa seeming incredibly genius, it is quite apparent that such a huge mega project will meet numerous obstacles. Marc Lore does keep the people at the center of the project, but it is evident that funding is a major problem this developmental project is currently facing. It is extremely hard to convince investors and government officials to have faith in your hypothetical city design. Gaining their trust to lend you huge sums of money is also a huge obstacle. It is also important to note that it has been a year since Telosa was announced, and no construction work has yet begun. But despite all hurdles, Marc Lore, along with his determined team, remains optimistic about building the most sustainable and futuristic city in the world by the year 2030.